Listen, my gorgeous Pisces, this is so important. You have to avoid this conflict whatsoever. You need to avoid this conflict. This is so important for you to remember. Your numbers when it comes to the actual numerology are number 888. Now, these are rather significant numbers, but they also mean that you are going to have this specific challenge, this particular challenge, which is going to happen within this month of June 2023. And what this challenge is going to be all about, it's you just like basically avoiding this particular conflict. And trust me, you will know which conflict I'm talking about once it happens. This in itself, it's going to be absolutely impossible not to notice, because someone is really going to make you like kind of angry. Someone is really kind of going to let you down. Someone is really going to make you feel like really negative about yourself, but it's more to do a lot. It's in terms of trusting, someone. It's to do with trusting and it's to do with the trust. But also at the same time, somebody's mask is going to fall. And once this person's mask fall, you're not going to like it, but at least you will know, my gorgeous Pisces, who you can trust and who you cannot trust. So why am I trying to say to you that there is going to be this kind of a conflict that you're going to become aware of, and you're going to find this quite challenging. You're going to find this quite challenging indeed, because I know that on one hand you're going to feel like, oh my God, you're going to feel angry and negative about something, but on another hand you need to understand that this is the part of your challenge. You must avoid this conflict. You need to avoid this conflict. So my gorgeous Pisces, I suppose in order to play safe, just try to avoid any conflict as much as you can throughout the month of June 2023. And I know it's not gonna be easy, and I know it's so simple for me to say you need to avoid this conflict, but then again, at the same time, it's all up to you, and it's all down to you. It's all down to the way you're going to respond to this, because if you do have a conflict, then that means that things are going to actually turn out for you to be not really good after that moment in time. But if you do avoid this conflict successfully, and by avoiding conflict, just like basically don't let people know how you feel. Don't show to the people or to this particular person how you feel. Don't show your feelings. Don't show your emotions. Just keep a smile on your face and try to respond somehow in an optimistic and in rather positive way. Later, when you go off, when you go home, you can swear, you can do what you can scream, you can swear, you can do whatever you like. But with this particular person, you must avoid conflicts at all costs. You're going to elevate your spirit at that moment in time, and once you elevate your spirit, something magical is going to happen, something important is going to happen. And how you're going to elevate your spirit? You're going to elevate your spirit, you're going to elevate your soul by being highly intuitive. And by being highly intuitive in this particular case is to avoid the conflict by not showing to that particular person how you feel when you become aware what is actually going to happen. So you just need to remember to not to explode. You can do this at home, you can do this later on, but it's ever so significant to not to do it in front of this particular person. So what is actually going to come out of it if you do avoid this conflict? What is going to come out of it, my gorgeous Pisces? It's going to be really important, because you are going to be able to protect what's yours. You are going to be able to protect those things that belong to you. So it has got a lot to do with materialistic side of things, but at the same time there is so much more to it with other things as well. But on one hand, by avoiding this conflict, you are going to be able to protect what's yours, my gorgeous Pisces. But at the same time, by protecting what's yours, but at the same time, by protecting what is yours, as soon as you become aware of this, because you will see, you will know exactly what am I talking about, because not that long after that moment in time, there is a very interesting message that you are going to have, and you will be able to understand. If you responded in a different way, this wouldn't happen. The outcome wouldn't be so good. So on a materialistic side of things, you will be able to protect what's yours, and when you become aware of what this is, this in itself, it's also bringing you a different perspective when it comes to your future, when it comes to your future planning, because now at this moment in time, you are going to become very, very passionate about something, about making the certain step, about making the certain move. And none of this would have happened if you didn't respond in this particular way. So this is why it's so significant right now, my gorgeous Pisces, to keep your cool, because all this is going to be direct karma, the direct result of you responding in the right way. So this is all going to bring you a completely, not only you're going to protect what's yours, but this is going to bring you a completely different perspective on the future and on your future planning, because now suddenly you are going to become aware of other things and other options that are going to make your life so much more meaningful, because you will realize, oh my God, I will be able to do what I wanted to do in absolute ages. This is absolutely brilliant. So now you're going to become so passionate. And especially when it comes to the last 7 days of June, it's like, oh my God, within the last 7 days of June, all this is going to be absolutely obvious. There is so much that is actually going to be happening to you within the last 7 days of June, especially for you. Sorry, where did I go? No, within the last 7 days of June, it's just like basically it's a lot to do with synchronicities and synchronicities and synchronicities. It's like, oh my God, another moment, another week full of absolutely crazy synchronicities. You're gonna realize how, my God, how advanced you are spiritually in terms of the actual synchronicity through all these synchronicities. But at the same time, pay attention to where these all synchronicities are going to be guiding you within the last 7 days of June. My gorgeous Pisces, look at this. Pay attention to where these all synchronicities are going to be guiding you. It's all going to be guiding you towards something very, very specific. Something very, very specific. And that particular thing is going to bring strength and confidence into your life. Strength and confidence into your life. Especially, look at this. And also, like you see this spirit guide, also within the last 7 days of June, like it's not only about paying attention to the synchronicities. When I tell you to pay attention to the synchronicities, it's going to be crazy. You're going to feel things on a completely different level, but it's all going to be pointing towards the same thing. It's all going to be reminding you to do something specific, something that you're scared about, something that you feel uncertain about, something that you feel negative about. These synchronicities are going to help you to break through something which is going to create a mind-blowing comeback in your life. But also, when it comes to the actual last 7 days of June, within the last, I know it's so much happening within the last seven days of June. Look at this. I'm not being funny, but this is like brilliant. This is probably going to be one of the most spiritual months you have been in a quite long time. So within the last 7 days, you're also going to have a very interesting message from your spirit guide, okay? And this message from your spirit guide that you are going to have, my gorgeous Pisces, it's also gonna make you aware of a new beginning. And you're going to find this so refreshing, And I know that within the last 7 days, you're going to be thinking about something so intensely. You're going to be thinking about something so intensely. And then somehow your spirit guide is going to come forward, and somehow it's going to make you aware of the actual new beginning that you need to pay attention to. And what is going to be really interesting about this new beginning is that it's all going to happen really weird and really strange and in a really unusual unusual way, where your spirit guide is going to come through within the last 7 days of June, and where things are going to become interesting somehow through a certain sign. You are going to have a very kind of powerful sense of direction for the first time in your life. And this in itself, it's a really kind of going to point towards the new beginning. But this new beginning is to do with something personal. This new beginning is to do with you reconnecting with yourself, reconnecting with your life. And also at the same time, you know, it's a lot to do with your emotions, and it's a lot to do with you wanting to explore. This is like a really, pretty much so, a really personal moment in time, which is gonna be a very powerful part of your spiritual awakening as well. And you need this so much. And also, my gorgeous Piscelini, what else I was going to say, when it comes to nutrition, sorry, and when it comes to health, I highly recommend you, what I always tell you, it's like to do with the natural vitamin D3. You need to keep on taking natural vitamin D3, whether you are in the sun every day, it doesn't really matter anymore. So try to keep on taking natural vitamin D3, which is going to boost your immune system, but it's also going to be brilliant for your sensitive bones as well. Alongside zinc picolinate, works perfectly with zinc, with natural vitamin D3 in order to boost your immune system. You need this, and at the same time it's also going to be beneficial for your skin, hair and nails. And the third thing that I highly recommend you would be organic chlorella, because you get like omega-3 essential fatty acids, which our body cannot produce by itself, but they are essential for our mind, for our brain, for our memory, for our focus, for our concentration, and for these type of things indeed. But also it's rich in protein, rather nice. But on another hand, it's fantastic when it comes to detoxifying our body from the dangerous metals as well. If you're on any other medications, if you are pregnant or if you are breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor. You just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous Piscelini, or not. And just remember that my supplements are ridiculously cheap at the moment. They are on a half price sale. I mean, these are superb supplements made with absolutely fantastic ingredients, you know, like exceptional ingredients, without any unnecessary ingredients, without any chemicals, without any fillers, without any rubbish, just pure natural vitamins. And they are on a half price sale, and I suggest you to get them, because honestly you're not gonna get such a good vitamins, like quality vitamins, anywhere else for such a cheap price. So here is the actual vitamin D3, and here is zinc picolinate, and here is organic chlorella as well. So to buy these vitamins, the link is in the description below. Just click on the name of this video, and then it's going to expand. You will see right towards the end of the description, or you can just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins or Sasha Bonasin supplements, and my page is going to come up that way as well. So now, my gorgeous Piscelini, I'm going to start with the very first date. Now, the very first day of June, the 1st of June, you know, I like it. You're gonna feel like you've just walked through the brand new door. When you wake up in the morning on the 1st of June, you're gonna feel different. You're really gonna feel different, you know, and this is always good, because this energy, it's also like a very strong part of your own guidance, because you're so highly intuitive, so you're very sensitive. So you, whether there are any changes, whichever changes there are within the atmosphere or within your dimension, you are gonna be able to notice this immediately, because you are rather sensitive. But that is a quiet good indeed. But on another hand, when it comes to the 1st of June, I'm telling you, you're gonna wake up in the morning and something is gonna feel really different. Something is gonna feel different, and you are also gonna feel very spiritual, and you're gonna have a very interesting idea to do suddenly. Like, you're gonna become so energetic and so keen and so adamant to do something really specific. You're gonna feel very creative about it, but at the same time it's to do with your spirituality, and it's also also to do it is to do with something that you haven't done in a quite while now, and now suddenly you are going to feel so passionate about. So you are really going to notice that you are reconnecting with your spirituality. But it's the idea how you want to do something which is going to start changing quite a lot within you, because you are also going to really kind of, it's not only about like you feeling really spiritual and you feeling really kind of different, but it's more about by the end of the day, by the end of the day on the 1st of June, in between, in the meantime, something very kind of interesting, it's also going to happen, like especially on the 1st of June. So first of all, you're going to feel very spiritual, you're going to feel different, but then again, later on, something is going to happen and you're going to kind of realize that there's a lot going to be on your mind, because this is really going to start kind of things within when it comes to like this thinking process. You're going to find yourself thinking about so many different things, but the bottom line is that you are really going to make an important decision. Something is going to happen in between, at around the midday on the 1st of June. Something is going to happen. Something is really going to happen which is going to surprise you, but also what is going to happen is going to give you like a really kind of great sense of emergency. Not emergency, but urgency. Sorry, great sense of urgency to carry on, to hurry up with something, to hurry up with something, to hurry up with something. And this in itself, it's a lot to do with like a spiritual quest. It's a lot to do with you wanting to move on with your life, but it's also a lot to do with you really kind of feeling very strongly about making this decision. And it's something that, oh my God, you've been so indecisive about, and what this energy is going to do, it's going to change you. It's going to change in the best possible way. And you will see, oh my God, something happened. I've changed. I can't believe I made this decision and I feel so strong about it. Just a few weeks ago, I would be like, no, baby, no. But now it's completely different. So this is absolutely brilliant, my gorgeous Pisces. So it's all going to lead towards you making such an important decision here. And it's like by the end of the day on the 1st of June, this is like pretty much so you are going to make this decision. And the 2nd of June and the 3rd of June, it's all kind of gonna be like, look at this. And when it comes to the 2nd of June, and oh gosh, and the 3rd of June, I don't really have to look. You see this willpower, you're about to regain your willpower. You see this grieving. It's like something affected you badly. Like, oh my God, something affected you so badly, my gorgeous Pisces. Maybe it's something that happened within a year ago, within 1 year, within a couple of years, but something affected you so badly. See this grieving. It doesn't necessarily mean to be grieving, but you were really, really sad and really negative and really withdrawn. So now this is actually going to bring your willpower back, and you will be able to notice this willpower within the 2nd and the 3rd of June, my gorgeous Pisces specifically, and you are going to like it. By the time you get to the 4th of June, my gorgeous Pisces, that's the new date that I need you to pay attention to. On the 4th of June, you are going to have just a little bit of like some kind of inner confusion here. And this inner confusion that you're going to have, it's going to be caused by your insecurities. You know why? Because now suddenly you are going to have a new feelings, new feelings towards some kind of dreams that were shattered before. And you thought that came to an end. So now this is really going to confuse you. This is really going to confuse you. These new feelings that you're going to have, and as I said, it's going to kind of like a really pretty much so going to create an inner confusion and just a little bit of insecurity. But then at the same time, it is to do with like a new feelings which are going to surprise you about some kind of shattered dreams, something that you've tried and it just didn't work out, and it just kind of went towards a completely different direction. And this in itself, it's going to be like very interesting moment in time, because it's not about you being surprised, it's not about you being emotionally confused, but it's more about where this is going to lead to. This is going to lead towards you having an idea that you need to try something one more time. You need to try this one more time. This is so important, my gorgeous Pisceline. This in itself, it's going to help you to reach one of the biggest milestones of your life, of your spiritual journey, of many spiritual journeys you've already been through many lives. So this is gonna really kind of help you to realize that you are going to gain a momentum, and already by the 22nd of June, you're already gonna have a really interesting news and information which is gonna kind of make you aware of like some kind of a progress that you otherwise you would never ever have if you didn't look at the situation from a slightly different angle, which you are doing right now. So this is all going to be leading you towards you trying something one more time. This in itself, it's so important because, you know, it's a lot to do with the personal goal, but it's also this is a lot to do with the personal goal, very personal to you, but also a lot to do with an inner alignment, which is gonna kind of course, gonna put you in a bit of a mode of the actual contemplation. And then once you find yourself still, especially in between the 4th and the actual 7th of June, in between the 4th and the 7th of June. So it's a lot about, oh God, contemplation, but then there is going to be a really good omen, that you are going to hear, that you are going to have. And this good omen that you are going to have, it's more about you thinking about this so intensely, everything that I've said so far, and then you see this good omen, and you're going to see this good omen at a time when you are going to be thinking about a certain obstructions that affected you, that drained your energy, that changed you so much within the last few years. You're going to be thinking about these nasty obstructions, these horrible obstructions, and then these obstructions are still going to create these negative points at around still this contemplation, you know, because this like, you know, you're going to be contemplating, and then you're going to kind of realize that, you know, you're going to be contemplating, and then you're going to be thinking about the certain obstructions, what's obstructing you, what's stopping you to do this. So you need to be as open-minded as you can. But I don't need to tell you this, because you are going to have this good omen, and that good omen, it's like gonna come to you at the time when you will fully understand what do you need to liberate yourself from. So when you see this good omen, at the same time, pay attention to what was on your mind, because it's going to answer your question like the biggest mama in the world. But most certainly, it's going to really kind of, this good omen will show you exactly that you are going to liberate, that you're about to liberate yourself from obstructions. Not only that, but you're also going to find an important solution, which is going to increase so much clarity. And especially when it's going to increase so much clarity in your life, but especially when it comes to you understanding that this is kind of, oh my God, the start of a new cycle, but this is going to be magical one, because this is all going to happen spontaneously and completely unplanned. And I like it. When things happen to us unplanned, we respond in a different way. We respond in the best way. We don't have a time to think, so we don't have a time to overthink, so we respond in the best way indeed. Another thing I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Pisceline, it would be absolute, look at how gorgeous this is. Yes, purple Suji stone, very rare, very gorgeous, and very beautiful, very unique and very powerful. I really highly suggest you to get this gorgeous purple Suji stone, my gorgeous Pisceline, and to wear this every single time when you need to have like a little bit of a boost. It purifies and burns away any negative attachments, trauma from past lives, and bad karma spots. It is channel for your love and power. Okay, it's to channel your love and power, which is brilliant. So every single time when you're working on something that means to you so much, by wearing a Suji stone, you become more confident, but also you manage to get so much more out of it, whatever you're working on, because that's the mind-blowing combination: being confident, being keen, being eager to do something, but also like to achieve the best, you know, the best possible result. result, when you're working on something really important. It also opens you up nicely, and you become aware of this such an interesting ideas that you would normally ignore and that you would normally not pay attention to. But this really helps you with the balance a little bit, to understand priorities, especially when it comes to your mind, when it comes to certain signs. Sometimes it's very difficult to pinpoint, you know, what kind of takes priority with all these signs and realizations we have. And the purple Suji stones just really nicely balances you out, and you're really able to recognize what would make sense first, you know, to do at a time when things should kind of like feel a little bit confusing as well. So it's absolutely a must, my gorgeous Piscelini. This purple Suji stone comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well, so I have to thank you very much for that. Now the next important date, it's going to be on the actual the second important date. It's going to be on the 11th of June. On the 11th of June, on the 11th of June, on the 11th of June, the clear direction that you should follow, it's going to be absolutely obvious. On the 11th of June, the clear direction you are going to have on this day. And this clear direction that you're going to have, it's going to come in form of a really, really wise choice. This clear direction, it's not only going to come in a form of a really wise choice that you will know you are making, you will know you are doing, you will know you're focusing on something really wise. You will be able to kind of understand this. But also what you're going to need to understand, that you're going to need to be brave, you're going to need to be strong, because something or someone in your life, it's going to be someone very close to you, it's going to be putting you off from something that you should do. So you just have to be strong. Okay, you just have to be strong. Someone very close to you, it's going to be telling you, don't do it, and this is going to be affecting your confidence. And this is why you need to be strong, my gorgeous Piscelini. You need to understand this is your life, this is your spiritual journey. You do what you want to do in this life. What other people tell you, you can use it as a base, but you just follow your spirit and your soul as the actual guidance. Sometimes even then, even if we do things wrong, we are meant to do this wrong, because subconsciously, spiritually, and soul-wise, we needed to make a certain mistake in order to go over certain bits, certain aspects of our life, in order to learn what we missed out on. So it doesn't really matter. You do not lose here whatsoever, but you just need to remain strong when someone tries to like kind of put you off from something that you really should be doing. Indeed, you need to remain strong. Also, my gorgeous Piscelini, the next important date, it's gonna be on the 16th of June. Now on the 16th of June, I like this so much. You're gonna learn something on this particular day. You're really gonna learn something. And what you're gonna learn, like, oh my God, you're not gonna be able to stop thinking about it. And what you're gonna learn, it's a lot about, number one, what do you need to do for long-term success? And number two, what contribution exactly do you need to make? What contribution exactly do you need to make? And that in itself, it's gonna be amazing, because it's going to lead towards you releasing limiting beliefs, you know, and detaching yourself from something that really almost destroyed your confidence, you know. So this is going to be important, because you are going to diffuse so much negativity and restore harmony, and this negativity, you know, it causes like exhaustion in your life, my gorgeous Piscelini. So this is gonna be brilliant. Trust me, you are gonna be able to feel an impact this has made on your life, and an impact this will have a good impact after this moment in time. You will see that after the 16th of June, you know, you're gonna feel like so much lighter. You're gonna feel so creative in between the 16th of June and the end of that month. You will see, oh my god, you're gonna feel so much lighter. You're gonna feel really creative. You are gonna feel like something bad has come to an end, something negative has left your life. And you know what, it has trust me, it was affecting you so much that you will be able to not only feel this within your spirit on a spiritual level, but you're also gonna be able to feel this physically, you know, like lots of energy indeed. And another thing I was going to recommend you, it's absolutely stunning, gorgeous, powerful, superb pendant. I mean, look at how stunning this is. I'm trying to get a light correctly here. Look how beautiful this is. Look how powerful this crystal is. Of course, it's labradorite, one of the most beautiful, most powerful and most gorgeous crystals you can possibly get. You know, it's fantastic. Labradorite is superb when it comes to transformation, and it stimulates imagination. It's absolutely mind-blowing when it comes to manifesting, and it will also strengthen your will, my gorgeous Piscelini. Indeed, it's labradorite is like a must, okay? And this in itself, it's something which is also like every single time you wear this, it helps you to reconnect with yourself, but it's also, on another hand, whatever is special about you, sorry, you see how gorgeous this pendant is. You know what it does, labradorite? Whatever is special about you that you want to be enhanced, it enhances. So people notice, the right people notice this, whether this is to do with emotions, whether this is to do with love, whether this is to do with a business, whether this is to do with the finances, whether this is to do with the people in your life, whether this is to do with the friends, whether this is to do with the meeting, you wanting to meet the right people. It just helps you to attract the right energy into your life, but it's a lot to do through something that's very special and very unique about you. Okay, so whatever is special and whatever is unique about you, this gorgeous labradorite has got a power to enhance this even more, even further. And then you just find yourself within possibilities that you could have only dream about. You know, it opens so many doors to you, because it's just sometimes it's just, this is what we really need in order to not necessarily feel complete, but in order to project this specific energy, which just makes things so much better and so much meaningful on our spiritual journey. Because on one hand we reconnect with ourselves, but on another hand we invite what we want into our lives. This gorgeous labradorite comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below, my gorgeous Piscelini. Thank you so much for buying from my store. I really appreciate it. So the next important date, it's gonna be on the 27th of June. On the 27th of June, it's like, ooh la la, baby, what is gonna happen here? It's like this month, it's gonna be absolutely mental in the best possible way. So much will be going on. So much will be going on, you know? And you can expect, honestly, seriously, from June until the end of this year, you are gonna be so much more busier. It's so much more busier, like you've never been busy in your life before. And you know what? You're not even going to notice that you're so much more busier. Why? Because you're going to start doing things that are naturally good for you. Okay, you're going to be doing things that, you know, are pretty much so to do with your spirit, with your soul, with your journey. So those type of things, they don't drain as much energy because we enjoy them. You know, you're going to rediscover yourself. You're going to rediscover your life, you know. But it's a lot to do what's going to be happening in June, indeed. So on the 27th of June, you're going to discover something here. You are going to discover something like this is amazing. And what you're going to discover, it's going to inspire you so much. It's going to give you so many ideas. It's going to kind of be a lot about limitless potential. What you're going to discover, it's also like pretty much so going to make you feel instantly like you're a free spirit. And instantly you will want to explore. Instantly you will feel excited. excited, and instantly the word freedom, it's gonna be on your mind persistently. Freedom, freedom, freedom. So this in itself, it's like pretty much so going to be like just like a little adventure, you know, like, so first of all you're gonna discover this, and then you're gonna have like a mini little adventure. After that moment in time, so much is gonna be going on, so much is gonna be happening. You are going to have a mini little adventure, and that mini little adventure that you are going to have, it's going to be super important when it comes to you broadening, you know, it's to broaden your horizons, but at the same time, that mini adventure that you're gonna have, it's really kind of gonna make you aware of exactly what do you need to let go. And as soon as you realize what do you need to let go, what do you need to move away from, what do you need to walk away from, at the same time, this is not going to surprise you. It's only going to be confirmation, but it's more about this new perspective that you're going to have, you know. And this new perspective that you're going to have, it's really pretty much so going to really kind of gonna make you like kind of instantly, you're gonna feel like you need to rethink your approach when it comes to speaking to someone. Someone is going to be on your mind here, so you're going to have to rethink your approach, because you're going to need to have a talk or word or a chat with someone who you maybe are not going to feel too excited to have a chat or talk. So you're just going to kind of feel like you need to rethink your approach. It's not about that person or whatsoever, but there is something that you're going to need to talk and discuss along the way after this moment in time with somebody who you don't like maybe to talk to, or and this is long gone, you know. So it's all about like kind of rethinking your approach again, you know, because this is going to be important, because, you know, this is all going to lead towards you really kind of you know, towards you gaining so much mental clarity, but also at the same time it's going to be important, because you're going to realize that, you know, it's not only about the mental clarity, but also at the same time it's about this wonderful balance, which is going to like kind of make you realize, you know, now it's time to eliminate the old, to eliminate the old, to eliminate the old. And then you're going to be thinking about something very specific, how you haven't done anything about it. It doesn't matter, it's never too late. It's more about this great realization and understanding that you are going to have, because after this month there is so much that is going to start changing in your life. You know, July, for example, July, it's going to be full of opportunities. You know, whether you believe this or not, I am telling you to prepare yourself, because it's going to be fantastic. So now when it comes to the actual people in relationships, my gorgeous Pisceani, you are really going to need to kind of be thinking about some kind of readjustment here in order to start the process of change. This is important, because you're going to realize that, you know, you have both been restrained, but you have both been restrained. You know, it's like a lot to do with restraint caused by others. So you really kind of, it's not like that you're like kind of, you know, restrained by others, but it's like more about you kind of wanting to do something for a long time as the couple. And then, you know, something that you were both so passionate about, and some kind of project, some kind of start you had, and then something happened along the way, and you know, it's more about something that you're both ridiculously passionate about, and then something negative happened along the way, it slowed you down, and then everything was like kind of left in the air. And even more so, maybe one or two people were kind of like telling you both what you should do or what you shouldn't do, and but this is so important, because it's not necessarily horrible people who are saying to you don't do this, don't do that, but maybe there was somebody quite too paranoid around you both, and that paranoid person has let this paranoia to take the better of them, and if that person does, it's not evil, it's not horrible, but that person is just genuinely kind of telling you what that person thinks that you both shouldn't do. It's not the right time to do something, and now this is entirely down to you, it's entirely up to you. So you need to realize you don't allow someone to take over your life by allowing them their opinion to take over your both opinions. And I know it's to do with somebody who's very strong, somebody who's very powerful, or somebody who's very successful, or somebody who's very grounded, somebody who's very centered. You know, this is a very strong and powerful person we are talking about, who has done really great for themselves. That's fantastic, but it's only making that person like really more authoritative with things, you know, that they maybe shouldn't be, for example. But that's a lot to do how you perceive this particular person in your eyes. So it's no one horrible, vile or nasty or anything like that, but it's just now you need to kind of really understand and realize that you have to kind of, and especially at around the 21st, 22nd and the 23rd of June, this is going to become obvious. But you're also going to realize that you are gonna need to make an important decision. And this is to do with like you kind of coming out of being restrained and you just carrying on with something so important to you, because trust me, it is going to be really successful. But you just have to trust yourself. You have to believe in yourself, my gorgeous Pisces. Indeed. So this was for the couples. So that, for example, that is going to lead, look at this. That is going to lead, my gorgeous Pisces, that is going to lead towards, look, towards such an important courage as well. And the courage is such a powerful energy, and it's also bringing a willpower, you know, so it's all what you need, and it's all going to lead ultimately towards a mind-blowing transformation of your lives, of your both lives, okay? Because it's going to lead probably towards the biggest, one of the biggest changes you've both ever did. Okay, so now basically when it comes to those of you who are actually single and ready to mingle, my gorgeous Pisces, for those of you who are single and ready to mingle, now this is like kind of like a pretty much, so you are going to be dealing with some kind of family problem, with some kind of family matter, with some kind of family issue, and you know, you're going to become aware of this problem, you know, you're going to become aware of this problem, family problem, like there is no tomorrow. Or this is going to be really great friend of yours who has been a friend for a long time. So it's either the actual family, or if you haven't got a family, this could be like a really great friend that you knew for many years, for example. But this is something that's going to be brought to your attention, and you're going to be needed, you know, whether this is going to be conversation on the phone, whether this is going to be on an email, or whatever or whether you're going to physically see these people, it doesn't matter. You are going to be part of this conversation, and there is some kind of problem that is going to be brought, so I can see brought up, so I can see this as a family matter. But then at the same time, you know, this in itself is going to bring you a huge reward, because on one hand you are going to have the solution for this problem. This is for those of you who are single ones, you single Pisces, and you may think like, why am I talking about this in a single reading? Just wait. So you are going to be like kind of like, you know, you are going to have the answer to this problem, solution to this problem, and you're really going to pretty much, so on one hand you're going to realize what an impact you made on one person's life. And you are also going to realize how unhappy that particular person is, and how unhappy that particular person was. And you're also somehow going to realize that only now you are ready to let somebody into your life. Something is going to be triggered within you. Something is going to be triggered within you. And somehow through this person's unhappiness, you know, you're going to be reminded of certain things that made you unhappy. You're going to be reminded of your own unhappiness. And somehow, this is all going to lead towards you feeling this absolute passion in order to kind of like go and find someone. And you're also going to be kind of realize how beautiful you are, how gorgeous you are. There is something unique about you that is going to be highlighted, and you're going to like this. And subconsciously, this is going to give you such a kick, a nice kick, where you are on one hand going to gain confidence without even realizing. And that in itself, it's all going to building up towards you like, oh my God, having this realization. And suddenly, this is all going to lead, couple of days days later, this realization, it's all going to lead towards you like kind of understanding, you know, this life is too short to waste, but also understanding that you're ready for fun, you're ready to meet people, you're ready to connect, you're ready to reconnect, but this time it's going to feel different. Why? Because you're going to go into this psychic mode. So you're going to be half into this psychic intuitive mode and half you're going to be in a planning mode, and it's about realization, about the realization. That realization is going to show you clear direction. There is some kind of idea that you're gonna have as well. Where do you want to go and what do you want to do? And this idea is going to surprise you, because you're gonna kind of like be thinking about a place to go or something where you haven't been going for absolute ages. And this is where things are going to become very, very interesting for you, my gorgeous Piscelini. Indeed, you are going to meet someone really, really powerful, really strong by the end of the actual June. But that's not the love of your life, but that particular person is going to hold a key. It's going to hold a very special key. This is someone who's going to become your friend, but through that particular friend you're also going to meet someone very much special, someone who's going to be way more than just a friend. So you see what I mean, okay? My gorgeous Piscelini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.